Civil trial against the Louisville Urban League becomes tense. The league's former president and CEO, Dr. Kishkumi Price, is suing. She says her firing was retaliatory after she raised concerns about misappropriated money and conflicts of interest.
The league argues Dr. Price's claims have no merit. Our Norman Seawright was in the courtroom today for some of the testimony. And Norman, what happened?
Well, Rick, while Dr. Price's counsel worked to show the Urban League was engaged in financial misconduct, some of the testimony on day 2 of this trial questioned both her claims and her leadership.
No, I never received anything that would lead me to believe there was any type of financial issue.
Did you ever encourage Dr. Price to document those concerns that she was having?
Absolutely, yes.
Kimberly Cisnet is the former chair of the Louisville Urban League Board of Directors. She testified that despite Dr. Kishkumi Price's concerns about the league's financial activity and relationship to the Norton Sports and Learning Complex, poor communication, questionable personnel decisions, and a lack of trust led her to recommend firing Dr. Price.
I felt that she was not being truthful with me while I was still in support of her.
Dr. Price's attorney took issue with this.
The jury just heard Kimberly Cisnet call Dr. Price a liar in this courtroom.
He asked current board president John Borders if any donor support had been lost under Dr. Price's leadership.
At the time that you decided to fire Kish or participate in the firing of Kish, no donations had been lost from the Urban League, correct?
Not that I'm aware of.
Dina First, who oversaw the league's housing assistance arm, testifies that Dr. Price was indeed trying to figure out if the league and the sports complex were too entangled.
Kish had mentioned that she was seeking out a particular financial report several times from Rhonda Mitchell that she just would not turn over. And it was in regards to the relationship between the Louisville Urban League and the Sports and Learning Complex Center, and just where the crossover was with finances, with employees.
But Rhonda Mitchell says while the two entities are indeed affiliated, the work environment under Dr. Price was the bigger problem.
There wasn't a sense of camaraderie or motivation or moving forward, and we didn't know what her plan or what her goal was as a group, or what her vision was for the organization.
Now, after that particular testimony, court adjourned just before 6 p.m. tonight. The trial will continue on Thursday morning at 9. In the newsroom, Norman Seawright, WLKY News.